So this is the story of the mouse, the bird, and the sausage. So the mouse, the bird, and the sausage all lived together in perfect peace and harmony. They each had their separate chores. The mouse would fetch the water and start the fire and set the table while the sausage would cook and the bird would fetch the firewood. One day the bird was out and about and ran into another bird who was talking about his excellent condition of life. But then the bird also pointed out that he did too much work in this house and that he shouldn't have to do as much work while the other two had easy lives. So that day, the mouse made up the fire and drew the water and went out and set the table, and the sausage stayed by the saucepans, and he spiced everything just as much as it needed to be, and just before dinner time he stirred the broth in the stew 3 or 4 more times to make it even taste better and have better flavor. Then the bird came home and laid down his load, and they would set the table, and after a good meal they would go to bed and until the next morning and start all over again. It really was a very great life. But the bird came to the resolution the next day that he never wanted to fetch wood ever again. He said he had been their slave long enough, and that there must be some change. And the bird was determined to have it his own way. So they talked for a while and settled it and decided that the sausage would fetch the wood, the mouse would try to cook, and the bird was to fetch the water. So they tried it out, and we'll have to see what happens, but basically the sausage went to go fetch the wood, the bird set the fire, and the mouse was cooking. The sausage had been gone for a long time and they were waiting for the wood, so the bird decided that he would go check and see what happened to the sausage. He didn't get very far whenever he realized that there was a dog who had made the sausage his prey and had devoured him and killed him. The bird tried to file a complaint against this dog and try to say that he was a robber for eating the sausage, but the dog justified it and said that there was forged letters on the sausage, so he deserved to die. So the bird flew home very sad and told the mouse of the news, and they decided that even though they were very troubled, they were determined to get through the day and look on the bright side of things. So the bird laid the cloth and the mouse prepared the food, and while the mouse was preparing the food, she felt that she could no longer, she had to part with her fur and skin. It was burning off, and eventually it killed her. So then the bird came up to the dinner to get some to eat and found that the cook was nowhere to be seen. So he started looking under the firewood trying to find the cook, but could never find her. As he was searching for the cook, the wood by accident caught on fire, and since that was happening, he ran to the well and got some water, but whenever he was getting water, the bucket fell into the well and the bird fell in the well too with it, and he drowned and died.